I'm not just going to be giving you just super high level overviews. We're going to get down into the nitty gritty. I want you to be able to walk away from this webinar today and implement strategies to grow your business. So if you're down for implementing strategies to grow your business, and you're down for getting more clients and more at bats, give me a heck yes in the chat. So that way I know you are here, you're engaged, and we can really hit the ground running. All right. We ready? Let's do this. Annual real estate review. Oh, this is the last one. We are almost wrapped up, everybody. All right, annual real estate review. This is something that every real estate agent should have in their toolbox and should be implementing right away. So, fun part is platform. This is for phone calls or Zooms. Past clients is our target audience. This is actually a very fast return on investment. It's a short to medium. And again, the best part, this strategy is completely free for you to do. It takes time, no money. All right, let's dive in. So, why are we doing an annual real estate review? Well, first and foremost, it's another way to connect with our past clients, stay in touch, build rapport. It is an opportunity to provide valuable information to our past clients so we stay useful to them, and that way they're more likely to reach back out to us. It gives us an opportunity to generate additional referrals, ask for additional introductions. The more often you have conversations with clients, especially past clients, the more likely you are to be able to get referrals, and the more opportunities you have to ask for those. And then this also gives you another opportunity to uncover additional needs that your past clients have. So that way, you're able to turn those past clients into lifetime value clients. It's more than just a single transaction. You want to be the realtor for life for their kids, their kids' kids, and this is one of the strategies that helps you do that. All right. What does it look like? So step one, we've got to schedule these calls. Now, if you got an assistant, this is great. You can teach your assistant on how to do this, but you can do this by email, text message. My personal favorite, video. Sending a video to clients is incredible. If you don't utilize a lot of video, we're going to have to do another training over that and make sure that you're using video in your business. But here is a phenomenal script that you can use to help get these calls scheduled. Hey, John, happy home anniversary. It's time for your annual real estate review. It's really just like having a yearly conversation with your accountant or your financial advisor. It's really important that you know your exact home value and your home equity position and the market conditions in your neighborhood. This is your annual real estate review is also to provide you with a market analysis in advance of our call. So that way you can review and I can answer any general questions that you might have once taking a look at that. But I'm excited to connect with you and I'll be in touch soon. So you can do this via text message, via email. If you schedule if you get them on the phone, you're going to switch this up a little bit and it's going to be more conversational. But if you have a really large past client database, you can use mass emails and Calendly to follow up. I personally have an automated email that goes out to clients every year about a week before their anniversary and gets them, lets them know it's time for their annual review. So that way we can connect and go over all of those details. All right, so scheduling the call, step one. So what do these calls look like? You've got to make sure that you have enthusiasm. Number one, you've got to be excited to talk to them, get them excited to talk to you. So always start these calls with building rapport. Be yourself, be genuine. And then make sure that you've got your CRM, your database up and running as well. So that way you can easily take notes on any references, any notes that you need to reference or facts that you need to reference. All right, so some quick rapport. Hey, John, it's Sean. How are you? How have you been doing lately? Hey, is this still a good time for us to talk? Fantastic. Okay, so before we get started, how are you doing? How's life? How are the kids, man? Anything new and exciting? Now, as you see here is that if they ask about you, share, we want to show them that we are people too, but that you want to transition right back to them. Hey, how's everything with the house? Are you still loving it? Okay, very, very important. Ask about the house. Okay, it's the reason for your call. Then you're going to go over the agenda with them. Well, hey, I just want to say thanks again for carving out some time for me today. So these calls are really my favorite, as I love catching up with my favorite clients and ensuring their needs are met. As I mentioned on the email and the video that I sent you, I typically cover the following items. So number one is we need to review your current home value. Make sure that you understand where that is. Two is to determine how much equity that you have, so that way you're informed. This is really important to understand. Many of my clients have been using their home equity to renovate, to invest, purchase another property, given how much values have increased over the last few years. Number three is to make sure that the home and the neighborhood are still a good fit for you, for your life, and for your family. And number four is to make sure that we answer any questions, of course, that you have and discuss any real estate goals over the next year. So that way I can make sure to help you plan and we have you on track for accomplishing those goals. Does that all sound good? Awesome. Fantastic. All right, well, let's jump into it. Did you get the market analysis that I sent over to you? Going to have that conversation. So you're working your way through the agenda in that exact order. So those are the items that you're touching on, those 4 items. And make sure that they pull up. So you want to do a CMA in advance of this. Once you schedule the call, then you go do the CMA. Don't go scheduling all the CMAs ahead of time. And make sure you get the meeting and the call scheduled before start doing all those CMAs. Have them pull up the CMA and review it, discuss comps, see your listings, just overall general market. Okay, most critical part of this, you've got to discuss their current equity. This will bring up more questions. So they will ask how they can use their equity. Homeowners have all of this equity in their home, and it's sitting there doing a whopping nothing for them. Not to say that they have to use it, but a lot of homeowners either A, don't realize that they can use it, and B, don't really understand what they can use it for. Part of this call is to help educate them so that way they understand what options that they have. So right here, can I really take the money out to renovate my kitchen and bathroom? Or if I want to take cash out and buy an investment property, how does that work? These are some questions that may come up. So a lot of our clients have these questions, but they don't know to ask them, or they're afraid to ask them because they don't want to sound silly. All right. So we've gone through our agenda for the real estate review. At the end of the call, you have to make sure that you ask these questions. Hey, so several of our clients have reached out discussing selling their home in the next year. And this is another reason for our call today. I want to be proactive for you. Do you have any real estate goals or plans for the next year that you'd like to discuss today? Not that you have a crystal ball, but how long do you see yourself in this home, in this condo, whatever home they're in? Okay. If you are considering selling within the next 6 months or so, we're helping our clients get their listing photos taken before the winter rolls around. So that way we can get the best photos and the homes look exquisite when it's time to list, compared to other clients that aren't ours that have dead trees, dead grass, and the photos look horrible. That should get them talking a little bit about what their plans are, and you can help determine what the next steps need to be for the conversation. So again, these calls are for us to uncover those additional needs and make sure that we're being proactive. Keyword, proactive for our clients. All right. So we've gone through the entire conversation. We've built some rapport. We've gone through the agenda. We've made sure to address the equity. We've talked about additional real estate goals. We want to wrap up the conversation. Here's just a number of different ways to wrap up the conversation. So, hey, as we wrap up, do you have any lingering questions or thoughts that we didn't touch on today? Was this call helpful today? Okay, make sure to ask that. It's really, really important. You want to get their buy-in that it was a useful call. That sets the stage for the call next year. Hey, John, it was so great to reconnect with you today. Really loved hearing about the wife and kids. Man, your dog Rufus, that was a hilarious story you told. Lastly, John, I know people have real estate on their minds a lot. Whenever your coworkers or friends bring up buying or selling a house, would you feel comfortable recommending me? Right? This is also going to immediately tell you how they truly feel. Like, oh, yeah, absolutely. You were fantastic. Or if they're hesitant, maybe something didn't go as awesome as you think it did. Great opportunity to dive in to understand more if that's the case. Hey, John, I really just want to say thank you so much. If there's anything that you need in advance of our next annual real estate review, please do not hesitate to reach out. You're already setting the stage for the next review. So this is simply a framework. Ultimately, you've got to make it yours. You've got to add your personality. You've got to make sure that it sounds like you. You don't want to be robotic on these calls, but you want to stick to the general framework. And then you want to update your CRM with any additional notes that are important for that client or for next year's annual real estate review. So that way you can be organized. Connect with them on social. Build your follower base. That's going to cater towards a lot of the other strategies that we talked about. And most of all, be diligent with your database. Take care of it. It is your lifeblood of your business. All of the activity that you do is simply a giant funnel, and at the bottom of the funnel is your database. You're just trying to filter everything into your database so that way you can market to your database. All right, so I know we lost a couple that had to run, but if there are any questions, I want to make sure we get those answered. I'll keep an eye on the questions as we get everything wrapped up. We ran a tiny bit over, but I hope that this was absolutely worth your time, and that you've got some great new strategies to implement into your business. Now, with that, I'll say this as well. If you have more than 3 priorities, you have no priorities. So take one of these strategies and focus on implementing that, executing, perfecting. And then once you've got that perfected, then come back, let's add another strategy until you've added the strategies that you want to in your business and you're having success. All right. Now, I promised you at the beginning of this that I would give you an opportunity to sign up for the Powerhouse Real Estate Facebook group. That's going to be that QR code on the left-hand side. So I will not be sending this recording out. However, I will be putting it in the Powerhouse YouTube, Powerhouse Facebook group. So make sure that you go click on that QR code on the left-hand side, or they click scan the QR code on the left-hand side, submit a request to join the Powerhouse Real Estate group. So that way you can get access to this recording. And then I also got a Powerhouse Real Estate YouTube channel where I put a lot of tools, strategies, resources, training, top producer interviews, all phenomenal content to help you as real estate agents do more business and impress your clients, take better care of them. So check those out. All right. If there's any additional deep dives that you want to do on any of these strategies, or if you want to talk about implementing these in your business, let's schedule a strategy call. Strategy call is a 55-minute session that we can dive into these strategies or other strategies that you want to implement. We can also use these strategy calls to diagnose any challenges that you're having in your business, so that way we can help you take your business to the next level and really grow a phenomenal real estate business. So scan this QR code. It's going to take you out to my strategy call calendar. Pick a day and a time that works best for you, and we can dive into those strategies. And then lastly, if we haven't already done so, let's connect. You can follow me on all the social platforms. Most of them I'm Will You Mortgage Me. And then on Facebook, I'm the Sean Richard. Make sure to download my digital business cards. So that way you've got access to all of my contact information, as well as some special tools and resources that I make exclusively available on my digital business card. I just want to say thank you to everybody for joining me on this webinar today. I hope that it was an absolute worth your time to be here. I always strive to provide more in value than I take in payment. So hopefully the free cost to get on today was worth every penny. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, I'm Sean with the Sean Richard Mortgage team and Powerhouse Real Estate. And I look forward to catching up with you next time. Take care, everyone.
The webinar has ended.